Some people say this is not ugly. It's the beauty of strength. But is this really strong? Hello everyone, welcome to the Keyboard Racer Cult, and I am the Guru. Let's talk about cars. The G87 M2 is 45-80mm long, 18-87mm wide, and 403mm high with a wheelbase of 2747mm. Its dimensions are quite standard, but it is a bit overweight at 1,725 kilograms, nearly 100 kilograms heavier than my previous M4. Its power comes from the 3.0T King engine S58 with 460 horsepower and 550mm of torque. Next, let's check out its straight line acceleration. In 27 degrees Celsius, the M2's 0 to 100 acceleration time is 4.3 seconds. Not very fast, but this was achieved without the launch control program, which beginner folks often refer to as not having the flag out. Getting the flag out in a BMW rear-wheel drive requires some luck. In previous tests of the F-era M2C and M4, we also recorded times without the flag and without launch control. This time it's the same, maintaining consistency. The G87 was a bit faster than the F87 in 0 to 100 acceleration. However, for a rear-wheel drive, this figure isn't very meaningful. The racetrack is where an M-Power truly belongs. The G87 M2 is equipped with the same large tires as the G82 M4, front 275 and rear 285 Pirelli P0 with star rating. Can it beat the old F87 M2C, our perennial stepping stone? That car used front 255 and rear 275 Michelin PS4S with star rating. Leave a comment below and hit the like button. Let's head to the track. Go! The BMW M2's final time is 1 minute 9.5 seconds, 0.05 seconds slower than the stepping stone, a regrettable defeat. But this time is not slow. It's a very decent lap time, faster than the Alfa Romeo with Coupe 2C, faster than Audi RS5, faster than Porsche 991.1S, faster than AMG GT. Welcome to Keyboard Insights. Let's first look at the log. Why did the new model lose? You can see that the new model is still strong, but in mid to low speed corners, the F87 M2C is slightly stronger. And thanks to YGT's many tight corners, the F87 could pull off a comeback. If on a bigger track with longer straights, the G87 would likely be stronger. But, as they say, each generation has its own champions. In the YGT track, the old model is just 0.05 seconds faster, practically a tie. That's the log. Let's talk about the driving feel. It can completely refer to the differences between the new and old M4. To summarize, the new model is more stable, more powerful, but heavier, more electronic, more boring. In detail, the new model handles longitudinally better, the brakes are frighteningly stable, the traction control out of corners is impressively good, and the LSD settings are more stable. However, the difference between 460 horsepower and 410 horsepower isn't as big as some netizens claim. It seems like everything equipped with S58 is a rocket, but it's not that exaggerated. At least the factory doesn't make such a big difference. This curve also shows it. The S58 has a lower compression ratio and bigger turbo, so it has greater potential. The major improvement is in longitudinal braking, which is very stable, but due to the electronic nature of the brakes, there's no pedal feel, so it's up to you to decide whether that's good or bad. For most people, it's definitely an improvement. Compared to the enhancement in longitudinal direction, I think it got a bit worse laterally. The suspension is softer, more wobbly. The feeling in corners, I believe, is not as good as the old model. The steering feedback is also clearly more electronic, even worse than the new M4, but it's still very precise. It's kind of like Alfa Romeo style, precise in output but lacking in feedback. But it doesn't have Alfa Romeo's quick front-end response. It lost BMW's steering feedback but didn't gain Alfa Romeo's sharpness. It's caught in between, which I really don't like. I hope future software updates can solve this, because the old M-Power models could improve the steering feel through software updates. Finally, let's talk about buying advice. If you're a pure driving enthusiast, then don't buy it. Like me, I would rather drive an F87 or an N55 M2 than this model. But if you're not that picky, I still think the M2 is a very cost-effective car worth buying. Its S58 offers great potential for modification, defending the title of the ultimate fuel performance car. With a Stage 2 upgrade to 700 horsepower, it can compete on any domestic track against even a 1,000 horsepower electric car without falling short in power. It has an invincible aura below supercars. But speaking of which, I've heard this model is currently being offered with a significant discount, which makes its cost-effectiveness skyrocket. Okay, that's it for this episode. If you also enjoyed track content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.